The way to go, and a new one in Denver is now getting a new home. Joining us this morning is the owner of the Bookies Bookstore, Nicole Sullivan. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having me to talk about the bookstore.
So the Bookies is kind of a place that specializes in children's books, which I just love. Talk about why it's so important to get kids reading at a young age.
So when you get kids reading at a young age, we know that they tend to become lifelong readers, which is important because it expands our minds. It opens us up to walking in someone else's shoes and new possibilities, and it just expands our whole worldview. It builds empathy. So there's a million reasons why it's important to be a reader. And when we start kids young, then they build those habits and they're more likely to stick with it through the rest of their lives.
I love that. Yes, start them young. So talk a little bit about your new location. You are, tell everyone where you're going.
Okay, so we are going to 2085 South Holly Street.
Okay.
And a lot of people know it as the Lair's Fireplace and Patio Outlet.
Okay.
It's been there since 1954. This location. So we're actually purchasing the building from the Lair's family. They have two other locations, so they're not going out of business. They're consolidating the inventory from this location to their two other locations. So the space we're going into, I love the backstory to this because, of course, I always love a good story.
Really?
The grandfather actually built the building himself. Wow. And so there's so many memories here for the Lair's family. So it's just a nice fit because the Bookies is also 40 years old and actually over 50 years old. Wow. It was founded by Sue Lubeck, and she owned it until 2021 when she passed, and then that's when we purchased it. So it's this kind of beautiful merging of two longtime Denver business families. And so we'll have some nods to both Sue Lubeck and the Lair's family in the new space. But it's just a gorgeous, very large, open, airy location. We're so excited about it.
It is a beautiful space, very exciting. So before you guys move, you're having a sale as well.
Correct. Yes.
Talk about that.
So being a 50-year-old bookstore, we have a lot of inventory that we've collected over the years. So so we're calling out some of the older, but not even just older, just some of the overstock that we have as well, because the less we have to move to the new space, the better.
Yeah.
So we have a large section that we've carved out of the store for items that are 50 to 75% off.
I love that.
Until we move.
Okay, and when do you move? When does that whole thing happen?
Yeah, so we're hoping for sometime in the fall.
Okay. We
obviously want to be open in time for the holiday shopping season.
Right.
We do have some upgrades that we're making to the building. So as soon as the upgrades are completed, then we'll be moving in as soon as possible.
I love it. What a cool space. I'm very excited for you, and I'm sure it's going to be really popular. Thanks so much for coming in.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Best of luck with the move. I hate moving, so sell it as much as possible, right? But Greg, it's the